Hello, it's Nick here from Nick's News and Reviews, and today we're looking at the extremely popular racing game Vroom on the Commodore Amiga, released in 1991 by Lankhor. It's an arcade racer, fantastic game this, particularly difficult, but you are rewarded if you put the practice in, and for that thing alone, that makes it a very addictive game. There's 6 tracks here. There's a number of options. You can have arcade racing, or actually go in a world championship of 6 races. It might be just my imagination, but in the world championship the grip of your car seems to be a lot less. But yeah, this is a good one. So here we are, no frills menu to start off with. 6 races, as I said. You can do them individually there or all together. I think we'll just do one race for the time being in the championship. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this game on mouse, because you need the reactions of a Jedi. Manual gears, no real advantage there. So we're against 15 other drivers, from Prosit to Sema and Burger. So that's Burger. I think I'll put my name down as Sausage. We got a theme running here, certainly. So I'm not sure I'll show you all 6 races, but they do generally go up in skill level. First race is Fuji in Japan, then Zeltweg Austria, Castellet in France, Silverstone England, Anderstrup in Sweden, and Watkins Glen in New York, I believe, in the USA. So off we go, and this race is lightning fast. Takes a little while to get used to the controls, because the turning circle of the bends is quite tight. And I'm off. Don't know what that sign says, but a bad place to put it. But as soon as you start learning the tracks, this game starts getting really rewarding. But your concentration has to be at the super maximum. Engine sounds are good. So what we're doing at the moment is putting in a qualifying lap. Normally I think I would have been dead then, but when you play this game, expect to crash a lot. But as you can see, it's definitely more arcade than simulation. Fuji is supposed to be the easiest track there, but I'm struggling. If you get the racing line right, you can pretty much go flat out all the way along, although there's a few tight bends. Watch out for slow moving traffic also. But this isn't going to set the world alight. I think we'll be qualifying near the back of the grid. But rightfully, if this was in real life, I'd probably be in hospital by now. So that's the qualifying done. Where do you think I've come? Let's do the race. Oh, I'm sort of like midway through. Not bad, not bad. Right, weaving our way through. You can touch the other cars. Coming into the pits at any stage, there is to the right of me, we just drove past. You can top up fuel by pressing the G button or T, doing tyres. But yes, here we go. Now this is where the excitement of the game happens in race mode. Got to find your gap through. So I don't think the layout is 100% accurate on any of these tracks. You just got to find your way through. But a fantastic game once you get used to it. Hopefully you'll see me in this video get gradually better as the time goes on. Whoops. Yes. The constructors of this particular racetrack, they put trees right close by and signs and lampposts there. That's always very clever on a racetrack. Right, and the track at one point goes to one lane like here. You won't get that on any other race circuit, but it'll make it a bit interesting if you did. Except I don't know what happens if I just park my car there. I don't think anyone is going to be able to get past for some time. The race might be voided. But yeah, as well as the 6 tracks that come on the original game, you can get an additional data disc which has 6 other tracks, which hopefully I'll upload at some stage. Not sure I'll show you all the 6 original tracks in this game, but we might do an additional video just showing you a couple of laps straightforward. But the idea is to show you the gameplay here, see what it's all about. So we're in the World Championships. See a passing of air as we go under the bridges, so that's good, or through the tunnels. As you can see, I'm already getting gradually better, and if that ain't a setup for a crash, I don't know what is. Whoops! Whoa! That was close. That was close. You see my position there by the on the top. This all the green cars. I'm obviously the red one. We just made it another position. So we're not doing bad in this championship. Of course, if the car takes too much damage, we're out. Whoa! Yeah, and that's what you not want to do. You do not want to do anything like that. That's a good way. Oops! Right into a tree, and that was just trying to get back on the track, and that's put me quite near the back. But in normal racing I wouldn't be able to continue at all. So this doesn't really compare simulation wise to Jeff Cameron's Formula 1 Grand Prix, which I've also got uploaded. So let's do a pit stop. Oops! And this will have to be the worst pit stop of all time. Get out of the way, you. Get out of the way. Yeah, that wasn't brilliant. I don't think we changed the tyres or refueled any gas. But on this initial track, it's not really necessary anyway, as I just drive off into the park. This is going to end up in a crash, yes. I apologise to all the mechanics in my pick team. But I don't know what Formula 1 team I'm in. It doesn't go to that point. Could be a Ferrari, I do not know. But it's all about the gameplay, this. Spent many hours on this one. As I say, as you'd imagine, after all these crashes and the frustration that you have in this for hours, as soon as it goes in, as soon as you know the tracks, the game is extremely rewarding. Because just with the speed it goes. I mean, it's a smooth frame rate, I'd say that. The obstacles there give it a sense of depth, give it a sense of speed. Can't really knock it. It was the best, I think, this game, what it did. There's Lotus Esprit, of course. A bit more arcade with this, but I don't think you can really compare the two together. This is like a Formula 1 game. The Grand Prix of Japan, Fujiyama. Go past the pits there. I think we have to do 5 laps. We're on lap 3. Slow down a bit too much for that bend, one would have to say. Go, go, go. Whoops. That sign's very helpful. Pretty I didn't take any notice of it. So the tracks get progressively difficult, although I'm making this first track seem quite difficult. Pretty much go flat out. The later tracks, such as Sweden, and in particular Watkins Glen, very twisty, so you really have to slow down. But if you can do this game in manual gear, especially the later tracks, you have the skills and reaction time of a Jedi Master, because I frankly don't think it's possible. If you did, hats off to you, but I think you might be fibbing, as I do a couple of bunny hops, and I think my car is ruined. So race over. I don't think I scored any points there. The World Championship is a bit out of my range. I think perhaps we should have done arcade mode. I think we will do arcade. Maybe. I think you can do trainer as well, so you can practice the tracks at your own leisure time, and that's probably best to start there. Played this a long time ago. I seem to have forgotten the track layout completely, which isn't a very good starting point. Let's do training for a bit. Let's do 1 lap of training, see how that goes. A very interesting name, this, Vroom. I think it might have got rebranded a few years later, but I love this game. Although frustrating, as you can see if you haven't played it for a while, but hopefully I'll get a little bit better. I don't know what that car is at the top. Looks more like an Indy car than a Formula 1 car, wouldn't you say? Maybe there was a crossover. Right, now we're off to Austria, Zeltweg. We're doing the second Grand Prix. See, there's a steamship going past there at some lick. Well, that is going faster, almost going quicker than me. So 3 lanes here. Looks like a motorway with these white lines across. Maybe it is. Whoops! I've never seen the Zeltweg track in Austria, so maybe you can feed some information about that. But they put some customary mountains in the background, which obviously proves it's in Austria. There's no mistaking now. This track is slightly more tricky than the first one in Fujiyama. A few more bends to negotiate, a few more tight corners. But let's see if we can at least keep it on the circuit for 1 lap at least. As I slow down ridiculously slow for that one. This is only a practice session. There might be some traffic that turns up. Have to watch out for that. Sometimes you come against some traffic that's going ridiculously slow, like that one. Hit that at speed, that can put you massively airborne. Pits look a bit trickier this. Whoa! Pits look a bit trickier this time. And we're in the park. And we crash into a sign advertising the game Vroom. Well, I've already got the game Vroom. I don't know why you need to advertise it, but well done. They should have sold that to someone else, maybe Coca-Cola. or Kit Kat, to name just a few. So if you're watching Kit Kat people, I just mention your name, so maybe send me a massive box of Kit Kats. The chunky ones will be better, as long as I don't get too fat where I can't get in the virtual cockpit. And I'm sorry if I lose the thread of what I'm actually talking about. That was a good lap. Good lap. Game over. I think we should maybe have a look at the arcade, because that's, you got better grip with arcade. Don't want to do it on the mouse. Select auto gears. 5 laps and we're there. Probably visit Fujiyama again, get that conquered. But the idea of arcade game mode, I would say, is you have to overtake a certain number of cars. I think on the first track it's 7, and if you do so, you progress to the next one. All the time amassing points here. So you see my score's 0. Right, so it's over 5 laps. You've got to overtake as many cars as possibly can, which will come up in the top display when I do so. So there's 1. Brilliant sound on this one. Should have overtaken 3. But a lot of this time you have to, you're a lot quicker than the other cars, although they are quicker than me around the tight corners. It's just biding your time till you find a gap and then ducking through. Shouldn't be a problem at Fujiyama. But I think I'm getting better already. Do you detect the gradual increase in my skills? It's a gradual increase. But if this was a correct layout in real life, there'd be no end for injuries, especially that bit. Metal girders going across the track. What's going on there? Goes to the narrow way. I'm starting to learn the track now. I'm starting to learn it. Let's go past this fella on the straight. But there is a map there, you would have noticed in the top left. But many crashes are caused glancing at that in a brief instant, such as the speed of the game, that when you look up you're already in an accident. Right, this is the one tricky bit of the track, I think, this tight bend here. If you get that right, I think you're pretty much okay for the rest of the lap. Actually, it's just that bend and another bend. I mean, round here, if you get the angle right, you can probably take it flat out. This bend here is the only other tricky bit. That's it, pretty much for all the rest of it, I think. Go, go, go. So, did you ever win the championship in this game? Believe it or not, I did. But I must have put in a lot more practice than I do nowadays. There's absolutely hundreds of games now. At the time, I think this was the best Formula 1 racer of its kind. Now it might have been overtaken, but still quite a lot of fun though. Quite a lot of fun. I believe it came out on MS-DOS as well, also on the Atari. Not too much else. But I have to commend it, the writers Lankhor, in 1991. You did a good job. This is good fun. The difficulty level is pretty tricky. As I say, I can live with that. Especially in race mode on the later tracks. It's well, on manual gears I don't think it's possible. But yeah, we haven't taken quite a few cars here in this arcade mode. I don't want to showboat, because the moment you start doing that, it all goes horrendously wrong. Oops, just clipped that car's tyre, and we're past. It's the main straight. Yep, he's there. Don't need to make any pit stops in arcade mode, so we won't bother. Brake early for this bend. Yeah, so that was the tricky hairpin. I think you're probably loading the track as well, aren't you, now watching me? You got this game? Haven't loaded it for a while? I think you should, because you forget just how good it is. Whee! Classic arcade racing. Cool, we're certainly keeping it on the circuit now. Certainly keeping it on the circuit. Goes up. Oops! Well, I think you'd agree I had no chance in hell there. Those cars were practically parked in a single lane with iron girders above me. God knows how I survived that one. And we're still in the race. Get past this fella. But you can imagine this down the arcades, couldn't you, really? Plays very much like that. This guy's sitting duck. So you won't recognise the cars as popular Formula 1 teams, it's a bit generic in that respect. Still a good racer though. As you can tell, I'm a bit of a fan of this game, despite being a bit rubbish. But I'm a bit rubbish at all the games that I upload. Maybe I'm being harsh on myself, maybe not. But yeah, we're getting the hang of this one. I mean, the road holding, as I said, on the arcade seems to be a lot better than the World Championship. I don't know if that's illusion and I'm just getting a bit better at it as we go along. Could be, but I doubt it. Right, let's pit our gap past him. Good. I think this is the last lap. We've overtaken quite a lot of cars there. That's a good selection. As the car automatically slows down. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, shall we do the next one in arcade? We seem to have qualified. I'm making up my mind. How long has this video gone so far? Yeah, I think we could go to Zeltweg in Austria. I think that's allowed. I've never been to Zeltweg. I've never seen the track in Zeltweg, but I presume it's based on a real track. Although if you modelled it straight from corner for corner, I doubt it'll be accurate. There goes that steamship again. Well, this is really wide here, but they've kept the iron girders. They saw me smash my head on it earlier on. Oh, look at that. That was almost genius. Oh yeah, this game, once you start getting a bit good at it, this game does get exciting. Oh, good road holding there. See the map there, 5.911 kilometres as I glance up, risking destruction. Yeah, that was good. That was more discerning of me. I slowed down and picked the right time and overtook him round the outside. That shows a bit of skill. If this video went on for 4 hours, by the end of it I'd be fantastic. Oh yes. Oh, it's gone a bit narrow again. Whoa. What blue cars were around at this time? I think there's Ligier, wasn't it? A French team. Later bought by Alan Prost, I think, and he imaginatively changed the name to Team Prost. Yeah, past them. I don't know what engines they've got. Lawnmower engines, I think. I don't know how they got that far ahead, but we've overtaken quite a few of them in stage 2 at Zeltweg. So this track's slightly trickier than the first one, but getting the hang of it here, getting the hang of it. But I will do a future video showing you all 6 tracks, a couple of laps, and the additional data disc as well, showing you those 6 tracks. So it did add a bit. I mean, they're similar as you can imagine with what was available, but they've got their own layout characteristics, so it's worth it. Mainly a different steamship that's going across, or a hot air balloon. But those are the things that made a difference. And always in these games, they always line trees either side there as obstacles. You never see that in the real world. Never. Unless, if racers had unlimited lives as opposed to just one, they'd put all sorts of things next to the track. Dinosaurs may be running on, killer hippos, trees, traps, ramps, they do all that stuff, but you've got to look at safety. And at the moment, Formula 1 has gone too far one way and it's just really safe and a little bit dull. Got to concentrate here. I'm finding this track easier than Fujiyama. Whoops, he says as he almost skids off. Yeah, I'm starting to enjoy this. Starting to enjoy it. I think I might be ready for the World Championship at some point if I keep this level of improvement up. But yeah, game's not glitching at all. Extremely smooth, extremely fast paced. Graphics good for the Amiga. Sound is, well, what could be expected. I think music in the game would have annoyed me. I prefer, get out of the way, I prefer the engine sounds, gives it that authenticity. Going through the girders again. Through the bridge. We're overtaking a whole heap of cars here. Whoa! Almost going into space. Come on, yeah, I felt that. Felt that. We'll just see if we can drive back on. I don't know what this car's made out of, but it seems to be indestructible. I think it's made out of that same stuff they make the black box on airplanes. Good road holding, good road holding. You can't set up the car or say what tyres you want or what wing or aero. or springs and all that sort of business. It's pure arcade, and for that it makes it pick up and play straight away. I don't know how many laps that airship's done. Going across there, quite a few. I think it must be the quickest airship in history. Wow, how fast did we go around there? See my fuel gauge there on the right, gradually going down. I think it's fuel, I don't think it's damage. But it's a mute point in arcade because I don't think any pit stops or refueling are necessary. Ooh, that's ridiculously slow. But yeah, at the start of this video, I had crashes galore. I seem to, although I am still crashing, they seem to be few and far between, a little bit less. So if you play this game, expect to crash a lot as you learn the tracks, especially some of the later ones. But yeah, I can wholeheartedly guarantee this one. A great game, a splendid game. Got very rave reviews at the time it was released, very popular. Frustrating at the start, but see through that, keep going. Picking up quite a good score here, not bad. This is the last lap. This is the last lap. Ooh, touched him. But both of us are okay to continue. Yeah, not too many tight bends on this one. This is a fast bend, as you can tell. Hectic and manic game. Haven't been into the pits too much, apart from that disaster early on. But yes, you have to time it right, this one. Odd selection of tracks, this. Fuji, Japan, well they used to go there. Zeltweg, Austria, did they used to race there? Castellet in France. Don't know about that one. Silverstone, of course. Anderstrup, Sweden. And Watkins Glen, how did they think of that one? Maybe the writers of the game lived there or visited there. Yes, but I'm not sure that's in New York or just off New York. If you know, comment below as always. Have you raced around Watkins Glen or visited it? Please comment. Okay, so that's the end of Austria. Zeltweg. Didn't do as well as Fujiyama, but still did quite well, kept it on the track a lot. Yes, so I hope you enjoyed that. That's been a look at the gameplay of Vroom. You saw the modes there. So yes, brilliant. So Vroom on the Commodore Amiga back in 1991 by Lankhor. Hope you enjoyed that one. Until next time, of course, goodbye.
Goodbye.